Why are you stuck in nervous system dysregulation even though you're doing the healing work? Why are you stuck feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or shut down? Well, a lot of people, when they're stuck in nervous system dysregulation, they blame a number of things. They blame their therapist. They blame the healing approach they're using, and they blame themselves for using the wrong strategies or practices. But here's the thing, is a lot of times these aren't the things keeping you stuck in dysregulation. The main thing that I see causing people to stay stuck in these nervous system dysregulated states is their lifestyle. See, the greatest healing mistake that you can make is using the strategies and practices to try to support a lifestyle that is keeping you constantly in a state of danger. I view it like this. It's almost like with the strategies and practices, you're applying safety bandages. And you're applying safety bandages to try to cover up a lifestyle that is constantly keeping you dysregulated. And you'll never heal by doing this. And so there's two types of lifestyles that keep people stuck in dysregulation: high intensity living and low intensity living. So let's break each of these down in detail and really describe what they look like. High intensity living. Now, these habits push us past our energized, healthy, blended states of play and purposeful action into states of fight, flight, and fawn. High intensity living can look like obsession and overworking, hyperfocus, urgency and rushing, overly competitive and comparing, ignoring our basic needs, perfectionism, people-pleasing, pressure and overwhelm, aggression, and frustration. At several points in my own life, I've been stuck in this high-intensity living. When I was in my graduate degree, becoming a therapist, I became highly intense. I was focused so much on achievement, on being the best in my class, that I studied for hours upon hours every day, sometimes up to 12 to 14 hours. And I had such high pressure and expectation on myself. And over the course of my first year of my graduate degree, my dysregulation took off. I was lost in it. I was constantly angry, frustrated, having angry outbursts, or I was panicked. And eventually I completely shut down because the high intensity got so much. And so watch out for living in this way, because I know personally from experience how dysregulating being stuck in this high intensity living can be. And no matter what healing approach you do or strategy you do, if you're living in this way, it's going to be impossible to feel safe and regulated. Low intensity living. Now, these habits cause you to slide down further past healthy blended states of stillness and close connection into states of fawn and freeze and shut down. Low intensity living can look like limited movement or exercise, excessive media and electronics, avoiding the outside world, feeling guilt and shame, withdrawal and isolation, little motivation or purpose, non-assertiveness, and low sense of self. Now, in the past, I've been stuck in low-intensity living as well. About a decade ago, I had debilitating widespread chronic pain, and the way I was living kept me in this shutdown state. I started to isolate from friends and family. I never left my apartment. I was scared to move because of my pain, and I was constantly on electronics or watching TV. And I got to this place of almost feeling like I had no purpose or meaning in life. Now, to shift out of that, I had to change the way I was living life, which was one of the most difficult things I had to do. But I want you all to know, if you're stuck in low intensity living, it is possible to shift out of this. And throughout the rest of this video, I'm really going to break down how you can shift out of low intensity living and high intensity living. In my experience working with hundreds of therapy clients, I find lifestyle is the number one reason most people stay dysregulated. So next time you're feeling dysregulated, and you feel that urge to reach for the strategy or the practice, just pause for a second and reflect on what lifestyle changes in this moment could benefit you greatly. Because we need to change the way we are living life to create a deep, lasting feeling of safety and regulation. So if you're stuck in high intensity living, beneficial changes could be working for limited hours with purpose, not working from a place of fight or flight, practicing having multiple interests and hobbies, giving yourself permission to rest, slowing down your movements and speech, allowing yourself to be average or even below average at certain things, listening to your nervous system while living life, and putting your needs above other people's needs sometimes. If you are stuck in low intensity living, beneficial changes could be increasing movement and exercise, reducing social media and electronic use, getting out of your house and being in the world, connecting socially with others, increase purposeful action at work or in hobbies, setting boundaries and asserting yourself, connecting with your values and needs. So I hope this video was helpful on the number one reason most people are stuck in nervous system dysregulation. In this video, I explained high intensity living and low intensity living, and I want you to reflect on where you're landing, where your lifestyle mainly is. And I also want to say it can be both. You could be alternating between high and low intensity living. But after you've identified, okay, what type of lifestyle am I living? Now I want you to reflect on what lifestyle changes do I need to start to implement. I promise you, if you start to make these lifestyle changes, it can create a much deeper, longer lasting feeling of safety and regulation. So I wish you all the best in your healing. Take care.